Okay. Um, I didn't get the host access. If the management is in the online, can you please give me the host access? Thanks. Okay. Let's start it, guys. I think so. Here we have. Okay. Hi, Pushpa. Yesterday you were late join, or I was not seeing you. Pushpa, can you hear me? Hello. Pushpa, can you hear me? Pushpa, can you confirm that whether you are hearing me or not? Okay. Today topic is IAM course. Okay. Today topic is IAM, where we will be discussing about the identity access management. Okay. Yesterday I have already mentioned you that today we will be starting about the IAM policies and etc. Okay. Now I will be discussing about it, and we will start with the AWS IAM and etc. Now let me just open you a brief introduction about the IAM and what are the things we will be discussing about the IAM. Okay. Now let me create a new diagram. Uh, IAM in the sense identity access management. Okay. IAM in the sense identity access management. Now, what is this IAM and what we are using in this IAM in the sense? We have multiple users. Okay. Now, in the hierarchy, let's see about the hierarchy of the companies, of the MNCs, or anything like startups or anything. Okay. Now, for suppose, let's take an example. You have a project. Okay. You have a project which you are working on. Okay. You have a project which you are working on, and you have joined with the MNC company. Now, you got a client. Okay. You got a client. Let's take an example of client is ICICI Bank. Okay. Now the client will be giving you the option. Okay. Client will be what do you say? Giving you the data because he is the owner of the AWS account. Thus, the client will be the owner of the AWS account. Okay. And he will be telling you that okay, please use this AWS account, and all my data, servers, infrastructures, everything should be in this AWS account. Okay. Now, from there onwards, this identity access management will be starting, guys. Okay. From there onwards, the users, okay, whoever are using this account, okay, will be called as a IAM users. Okay, the users which will be calling as a using this account called as a IAM users. Okay, now we will see the same thing in the both different structures. Okay, once we will be seeing in the MNCs, another one we will be seeing in the startups, etc. We can see in the both, but the hierarchy, the users hierarchy will be the same. Okay, and the permissions might be a little bit changed. Okay, the permissions might be a little bit changed, but the data, sorry, uh, what do you say? The hierarchy, data, and the usage of it will be the same. Okay. Now let me just draw something. First thing is owner of the account. Owner of the AWS account will be considered as a root user. Okay. I have already mentioned you that you have already have an idea about the Linux. Okay. Now in the Linux also, whenever you are having the user, okay, whenever you are creating a new user or anything user, okay, other than the root user is considered as the owner of the account. Okay, the root user is considered as the owner of the account. Here also the same thing we are discussing. The user is considered as the owner of the account. Okay, and all other users other than the root user will consider as the IAM user. Okay, all users other than the root user will be considered as IAM user. Okay, now let me just write it down for you. Other users other than the root user, all users considered as IAM users. Remember the word IAM users. Okay. Now let's take a scenario. Okay. This is the AWS. Okay. This is the AWS organization account. Okay. This is the AWS organization account, guys. Okay. Now let's take a scenario of the your company's CTO or CEO. Okay. Now you are working for the startup company. Okay. Now the CTO will be the owner of the account. Okay. CTO will be the owner of the account. Okay. Now another this owner of the account will be considered as the root user. Just now we have discussed the owner of the account will be considered as a root user who will be having access of everything. Okay, who will be having access of every service and every privileges. Okay, will be considered as a root user, guys. Okay, now from here onwards, there will be multiple users will be joining on. Okay, from here onwards, there will be multiple users will be joining on, where they can continuously growing their organization. Now, for suppose the CTO, okay, the CTO attached, the CTO created a new user, okay, the CTO created a new user, okay, other than the root user will be considered as a IAM user only, okay, and for each account there will be only one root user, okay, there will be not multiple root users, only one root user will be there. Now, other than the root user, okay, all other users will be considered as IAM users. And for each user, you have to give the access. Okay. Creating a user is different, giving the access is different. Okay. Let's take a scenario for suppose I have you have joined the company. Okay. You have joined a what is say not a company. Let's take an example of political party. Okay, you have joined a political party, whether it is a republic or anything, okay, and you have joined it, and you need a joining the political party is a different thing, and having a position, okay, having a position in the political party is a different thing. Okay, the user will be considered as the user which created by the CTO. Here the root user is created by the another user. This is just a IAM user, that's it. He created a user in the sense he has a membership. Okay, he has a membership in the political party. Okay, but having a position, having the access, okay, to do something is different than the just a member of the political party. Here also the same thing into the organization of AWS also, guys. Okay, you are just a user. Okay, just a user is different having the access. Okay, having the access, sorry, having the access to something. Okay, having the access to something to do, okay, will be considered as a different thing. Okay, here we will be seeing it as permissions or access or anything. Let me call it also. First of all, access, permissions, okay, policies. Remember the word policies. This is very important. Now, access, permissions, or policies, all are same, guys. Okay, the three words meaning will be the same over here. Okay, now this user, okay, this user is a just a normal general user. Okay, where he doesn't have any access. Okay, now this root user, okay, should give him any access, particularly where he is working on. Okay. The same thing. Let's take a comparison of the same thing before we were taking. Okay. Before we were taking about the political party. For suppose you are working on one of the what is it? One of the department. Okay. For suppose you are working on the finance department. Now I will give you the finance department access where what are our bank accounts, what is the what is it fund we are getting on, and how much output we are giving it on, everything details I will give it to you. Okay, where you can start working on the finance team, where you can start working with the finance team. Here also the same way, guys. Okay, this IAM user, okay, needs to have something. Okay, this IAM user needs to have something where you will be you will be working on the different kind of works. Okay, you will be working on the different kind of works or a particular work. Okay, now this user, okay, will be creating a user and giving the access over there. Okay, now let's take a scenario. I'm creating a user and giving the access called as administrator access. Okay, administrator access. Okay, the administrator access is very important. Okay, where is as equal to as the root user. Okay, let me write it down over here. The IAM user who is having administrator access is as powerful or as equal to as root user. Okay, the IAM user who is having the administrator access is as powerful or equal to the root user, equal to as a root user. Okay, this is this is how the IAM user with the administrator access. Okay, what kind of permissions will not have in the administrator access, in the sense billing, guys. Okay, the billing payments related to the money, what is it, any address related or anything. Okay, all those kind of things will be having the permissions of the root user only. Okay, this user will be not considered as a for billing payments or address consideration or anything. Okay, only the root user will have the permissions for that. Okay, now this administrator access user, okay, will have permissions for all other services. For suppose AWS has 300 to 400 services. Okay, AWS has 300 to 400 services. Now this administrator access user can do anything on this account. Okay, can do anything on this organization account, but he cannot he cannot do the payments of the organization account. He cannot change the address of the organization account, and he cannot do the management stuff. Okay, he cannot do the little bit of management stuff. Okay, like entering the tax, etc., etc. Now this administrator access will have more as equal to as the power of the root user access. Okay, root user permissions. Now here this user, okay, in the real time, okay, in the real time, what will happen in the sense this administrator access will be having like a what do you say, any project manager or any senior team leader or anything. Okay, now this person will have the complete access of the account. Okay, where this person will be handling the now new users. Okay, let me just tell you, this user will be considered as a um, senior member, okay, of the organization. Okay, now this user have the full permissions. Okay, full permissions of the account. Now these users we can create. Okay, this particular user can create multiple other users also. For suppose a new member joined. Okay, a new member, a new cloud engineer. Okay, let's take an example of cloud engineer only. A new cloud engineer has joined the company, guys. Okay, now this person has to get the access of the AWS organization account. Okay. Now, who has the access to give him? Okay. There are only two persons here. Okay. One is the root user, that is the CDO. Okay. Another one is the administrator access, who is the senior member of the organization. This person also can give the access, guys. Why? Because he has the permission now. Okay. He has the permission of administrator access now, where he can give the access to the other persons who are newly joined. Okay, who are newly joined. First of all, he will create a user. Okay, he will create a user on his name. Okay, just I have some OCD. Okay. Now this user, okay, this user is creating another IAM user. Okay, this user is creating another IAM user who has working on the, for suppose he's working on the, he's a developer or some, oh, sorry, he is a cloud engineer, we have decided, right? Okay, he is a cloud engineer. Okay, he is a cloud engineer who is working on the particular service, which is called as EKS, something. Okay, particular service he is working on. Then for this service, he will be having the restricted access. Okay, only particular services. Okay, only particular services. Okay. Now, in the same way, for suppose in the future, the new other person joined. Okay, new person again, some different person joined. Okay, now again the same thing. This person, the senior member of the organization, will create a new access. Okay, will create a new access to him. Okay, he will he will create a new user access to him and give the access, restricted particular access to the user. Okay, he will be keep on giving the user access or particular user members or etc. Okay, this is how it happens. Okay, this is how it happens when it comes to the startup where a new user joins. Okay, where a new user joins and it will be keep on coming back. Like only the administrator access. Okay, only the administrator access can. Sorry, only the administrator access can. Just a minute. Only the administrator access can view the access to the others. Okay, administrator access and the root access. Only these two users can view, create a new members. Okay, can create a new members and new access. Okay, to the persons. Okay, you can view the access to the persons. Now let's take a scenario of the same thing happening in the MNCs. Okay, what will happen in the MNCs? Now I will just take the same thing. Okay. Now here in the place of CTO, there will be a client. Okay. Just now we have discussed there will be a client, and in the place of senior organization member. Okay. This will be the our company member will be like project manager or a delivery manager or someone. Okay. Project manager or delivery manager. Okay. Now this is the client who will be having the owner of the account. Okay. Root user will be considered as the owner of the account. Root user considered as the owner of the account, and this will be the project manager or delivery manager for it. And he will also have the complete administrator access, guys. Okay, he will also have the complete administrator access where he can create the multiple users. Okay, where he can create the multiple users with the restricted access. Okay, this is the proper way to do it. But one second. Okay, this is the proper way to do it. But what will happen over here? Okay, now this rather than creating the multiple users, okay, rather than creating for suppose a new joinee coming comes to the picture, okay, again he has to create a user and give the restricted access to the user and etc. Rather than that, what he will do is like he will create a group, guys. Okay, this because the MNC in the sense more number of people will be there. Okay, if one person will be keep on joining, another person will be keep on leaving the organization and etc., leaving the project and etc. Okay, now here what will happen in the sense this cloud engineer, okay, sorry, this project manager will create a group, guys. Okay, will create a group. Okay, okay, will create a group. Okay, and this group has the permissions of a list of permissions. Okay. This group, okay, this is circle as a group. Okay, he will create this project manager will create a group. Okay, now this group, okay, will have attached a permission, a list of permissions, guys. Okay, here will be considered as a list of permissions. Okay, what is the list of permissions? For suppose he will be having the access of particular services. Okay, all the things you can see. I have given the previously I have mentioned over here. Whenever he is creating the user, okay, whenever he is creating a user, he has to give the access also. Okay, he has to give the access. That will be only to the particular services. Okay, that will be only to the particular services. Okay, now that particular services we have to list it down. Okay, what are the services which are commonly used by multiple users? Okay, which are commonly used by multiple users. Now that services will be counting down over here. Okay, now we will be writing the services like VPC. Okay, yesterday we have discussed multiple services, right? Now S3. Okay. Now I have attached a list of permissions, okay, to this particular group, common permissions, guys, which every user, okay, which every user needs to be there. Okay, which every user needs to be there. Now, which every user needs to be there. Now, in the next scenario, what will happen in the sense? Now, whenever a new member joined, okay, whenever a new member joined into the project, okay, what this project manager will do is like he will be just joining this person into this group. Okay, he will be joining this person into this group where he will be getting the access. Okay, where he will be getting the access of whatever this group has. Okay, where he will be getting the access of whatever this group has, guys. Okay, now the same thing for suppose if you are joined a sorry, if you join an organization, okay, all your organization members will have the same access as you also. Okay, for suppose they are having the access to the particular system or they are access to the particular servers or anything, you will also have the same access. Okay, you whatever your colleagues will have it with the same position as you, of course not your manager level or anything. Okay, here also the same way. The group, okay, here the group is the main important thing. This project manager creates a group, okay, and this is called as a user group, guys. Okay, let me write it down as user group. Okay, he will create a user group. Okay, we will see all these practical, guys, don't need to worry about it. Okay, we will see he will create a user group. Okay, when he creates the user group, then the user, whenever a new person joins the organization, okay, whenever a new person joins the organization, he will be adding this member to this group where this member will have the complete access. Okay, where this member have the complete access already because he is joined this group and the group has the complete access. Okay, now whenever this person, okay, whenever this person is leaving the organization, okay, whenever this person is leaving the organization, immediately he will be removed from this group. Okay, immediately he will be removed from this group. Okay, then okay, immediately he will remove from this group. Then immediately whatever the permissions he has it before will be gone. Why? Because he is not the member of the group. Okay, in the same way, okay, in the same way, this is for the particular users. Okay, in the same way, he might have, okay, he might have created another group also, guys. Okay, we don't have an idea. Okay, because the list of users depending on the okay, he might be creating another group and attaching the group a list of other services. Okay, these are all the developers group or something different group. Okay, now this group is attached. Sorry, these permissions are attached to this group. Okay. Now I will give you a list of permissions over here. Different permissions. Okay, different permissions or same permissions. It might be something. Okay. Now I have given a list of different kind of permissions over here. Okay, and now the developer user joined. Okay, a new user developer user joined, and I want to add him into this group. Okay, now then I will add him in this group. Okay, where this group has these kind of permissions. Okay, where this group has these kind of permissions, and whenever he leaves from the project, okay, just I will remove him from this group. Immediately his all access, okay, his all access will be removed, guys. Okay, that kind of availability. Why? Because why this creating a group we need to do it. Okay, why this is helpful for us in this kind of organization area. Okay, first of all, why we are discussing this much on this IAM in the sense, this is the first responsibility as the cloud engineer to know about the IAM. Okay, this is the cloud engineer's first responsibility to know about the IAM, where IAM users are the creating an IAM users, giving the access. Okay, these are the very important thing in the organizational level and real time level. Okay, now, that's why we are understanding how the organization hierarchy will work. Okay, who will have those permissions and etc. Okay, now this project manager created a another group. Okay, he created another group, and whenever a new person joins, okay, maybe this group will be considered only for the developers. Okay, okay, developers. Whenever a new developer join, okay, whenever a new developer join, whenever a new developer join, that new developer will be coming into this group where he will having already the access. Okay, this kind of thing will be happening when in the organization level. Okay, is it clear? Pushpa, do you have any questions? I have asked in the starting. I hope your mic is there. Pushpa, can you hear me? Okay, now we will see this practical tomorrow. Okay, we will try to create. I suggest you just create your one of AWS account. AWS account, creating an AWS account is not big deal. Like you have to just okay, just click on the AWS console login and click on it, and it will go taking you to the AWS console login. Okay, now here you can see my account. Click on it, or it will give you an option of sign in to the account. Okay, click on the my account. Okay, you can create a new account also in the management console. Okay, see here you can see uh, there is an option sign in as a root user. Okay, click on this. Okay, here you can see create a new account. Okay, whenever you enter into the management console, there is an option here which is called a sign in as a using a root user email. Okay, click on this one, and here there will be option of new AWS account. Okay, when you click on this new AWS account, it will just take you to the different AWS account, sorry, different page where you have to enter your email address, username, etc., etc. Okay, You have to enter, there will be 5 steps, guys. Okay, there will be 5 steps in the creating of the user account. Okay, first step is giving your email address and verifying your email address. Okay, second step is you adding your physical address, phone number, address, and etc. Whenever it will ask you this account is for the business or personal, please select the personal. Don't select the business. Okay, and afterwards you have to give your what do you say, phone number, physical address, and etc. Then later on you have to give your credit card data. Okay, this data, credit card data, is not for the detecting the sorry, it is not for the detecting the amount immediately. Okay, it will just detect only $1. Okay, or equivalent money wherever you are in. Okay, and $1 it will be detecting, and after confirmation. Okay, after its verification, where the username, sorry, where the ID which we have given and the details which you have provided are same or not. After verifying it, it will return the $1 for you return back. Okay, you have to keep your credit card also while creating your AWS account. Okay, it will not detect anything from you before itself. Okay, it will detect only $1, and it will return back to you after 2 days or 3 days. Okay, after that you will get a verification email. Once you verify, your account is open, guys. Okay, this is the 5 steps you have to be following it. Okay, these are the 5 steps you have to following it, and please try to create your AWS account. Okay, by tomorrow, and we will try to see this practical, guys. Okay, first of all, whenever you create this account, then it will be having the root user, because you are the owner of the account. And we will try to see how to create the user, IAM user, how to give him the administrator access, how to give the particular user, okay, from the administrator user, how to give the particular restricted access to another users, or we will see how to create a group and how to attach the policies to the group or permissions to the group, and how to give the users how to join. Okay, how to make the users join into this group, and etc. All see, we will see this particular uh, spots. We will be seeing the practical tomorrow. Okay, is it clear, guys? Any question? Okay, let's connect tomorrow and we will see the practical. In the meanwhile, please create your AWS account. Thank you.